Hey UConn Nation, it's KK Arnold here. If you're looking for the latest UConn women's basketball content, go subscribe to Listen Up to Phil and Ryan. Go Huskies!
That's Ryan Renner. I'm Phil with Sarah Alston, Anita running the sticks. Ryan, this is the mood that I'm getting into before Sunday. You asked me why the screen was why the screen was blue. Good morning to you, Ryan, on Listen Up Friday, February the 9th. There's not much to say other than undefeated, number one. This team led by Camila Cardozo, Ryan. There's only three seniors on the whole roster. Tehana Peo and Sakima Walker. But Ryan, we've had some news come in about 12 to 13 hours ago about one of these players on the South Carolina roster. Predictions, the biggest last check-in this season, predictions coming up right after.
Well, this is obviously the one that we've all been waiting for, the game that we've circled on our calendar since the beginning of the season, and it's just a couple of days away. We have our lucky hats on, so hopefully that'll bring them
Yeah.
some luck on Sunday. I've definitely been looking forward to this last check-in for quite some time now. The rivalry between these two teams these past couple years has really heated up. But unfortunately, UConn has lost the past couple games in the most recent years. The Huskies, though, have won the 3 games in a row, their last 3 games since losing to Notre Dame. So hopefully they carry that little bit of momentum in. Still undefeated in Big East play. Just have 4 losses on the season, of course, and all 4 of those losses have come to teams that are currently ranked in the top 15. As for the South Carolina Gamecocks, like you said, perfect undefeated record. They've been perfect pretty much the whole year, 22-0 on the season. Of course, they lost Aaliyah Boston to the WNBA and a couple other players, but as we thought that they might drop a little bit in the standings, at least lose a couple games, but obviously the exact opposite happened once again. Dawn Staley's team is pretty stacked this year with talent pretty much the whole way down the roster. 6'7" senior Camila Cardoso has taken advantage of Aaliyah Boston leaving, and Cardoso has had the best season of her career, but she will not be available for this game on Sunday because she joined the Brazilian national team to compete in their Olympic qualifiers. So that's definitely some huge news for both teams. Definitely a huge loss for South Carolina, and UConn won't have to deal with her presence down in the paint for this game. Sophomore forward Chloe Kitts figures to step in for Cardoso's role in this game. Rounding out the starting 5 is 6'3" forward Ashlyn Watkins and 3 talented guards Bree Hall, Raven Johnson, and the senior Tahina Pau, who transferred over from Oregon this season. Freshman guard Malaysia Foley Khan also can be a dangerous player off the bench. So we all know how dangerous this South Carolina team is, and I think UConn is definitely going to have to match them on offense and try to not fall behind and dig themselves in too deep of a hole. UConn's defense is also going to have to step up and try to force some turnovers and try to limit the Gamecocks' possessions.
All right, let's go over to some comments and then we will get to the biggest part of the list check-ins, and that's predictions, Ryan. Let's go over to Jason D'Amico. Someone put I love it how you're starting to see comments on the last video about South Carolina, and that wasn't even the last check-in. All right. Someone put a lid on the hoop over there at Stores for a bit. That said, if we play like this against South Carolina, we're going to take a beating, even with Cordozo out. We need to be our best to compete. The only reason we won this game was because Seton is not a good shooting team. They have wide open looks for threes as well as many opportunities underneath all game long, but could not convert. South Carolina will not have such issues. Peace. Congrats to Gino and CD for such an amazing feat of 1,200. The press likes a nice round number. Camila Cardozo, Ryan, out Sunday?
Yeah, like I said, she'll be with the Brazilian national team. So she
Oh,
missed their game last night, and she'll be out on for this game on Sunday. So yeah, that's a huge loss for South
okay.
Carolina. But right
Mm,
behind her is Chloe Kitts, so she's definitely a really good player as well. But definitely a little smaller than the 6'7" Cardoso. But yeah. I think UConn for this game, if they're going to win, I think they're going to have to at least score 85 to 90 points. I think that's going to be the perfect amount to score there. Hopefully, they won't have to score that much because, like I said, hopefully their defense can step up like it has pretty much the whole season and try to limit South Carolina in some sort of way from them scoring their usually 90 average points per game the whole season. So hopefully something changes for UConn in this game. It's obviously going to be a tough environment down there, but hopefully they can step up on both sides of the ball and change the momentum.
Adam Edmonds, Amari got extra playing time against Seton Hall. Does that mean he's expecting foul trouble from Aaliyah and Ice at South Carolina?
I don't know. It's a tough one. I'm just not sure if Gino fully trusts Amari, but definitely Amari and Ines have almost played it in every single game I think this season so far. But I mean, usually they still don't come in until UConn has a pretty sizable lead, and I'm not sure if they'll have a sizable lead in this game. It'll probably be pretty close the whole way through. Hopefully, a competitive game the whole way through. So. I'm not sure if we'll see any of Ines or Amari as far as that goes, but perhaps we might see Amari at some point during the game.
All right, I said it last time. Well, what was it against Notre Dame? That loss that we had against Notre Dame a couple weekends ago, Ryan. And I'll say it again. Right up here, they need her. If this was say 2 or 3 years in the making in the future, I might be a little bit more confident as far as the freshmen going into big territory, loud, on the road. Now these freshmen have exceeded expectations this year. All right, they're going to need Aaliyah Edwards too. It's good to see her heating up even more nowadays with this game coming up Sunday. Ryan, if you take Edwards, especially Edwards, and you take Paige Beckers out of the game, I said it against Notre Dame, and that's what happened. Beckers, now correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think she had a big night against Notre Dame. Not like on the other side of the ball, right? That freshman that came to town that Saturday night prime time on Fox, was it? They're going to need you're right. They're going to need turnovers from South Carolina, and I don't think that's something South Carolina does a lot, especially nowadays. Credit Dawn Staley for, again, you mentioned Aaliyah Boston left, and just look. That's all you got to do is look. Um, I unfortunately I don't think it's enough. I really don't. I'm going South Carolina winning on Sunday 85-76.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, unfortunately, UConn has struggled with the top tier teams this season and the environment in South Carolina. It's a very tall task. South Carolina has been perfect all season long. I think they're going to remain perfect on Sunday. I'm going to go South Carolina 88, UConn 71.
All right, I'll see you right back here Sunday, Ryan, for the game recap. Hopefully, it's a happy one. Actually, a live stream at your house. Is that's still planned, huh? And I want to check in to make sure that that's still a go. That should be fun. So we hope everyone comes through. Maybe not a lot of people there in the fourth quarter at the end, but hey, we hope that you guys come through in the first and second quarters at least. It's going to be fun, Ryan, to interact. I know you're excited interact with our subs for the first time ever live.